And this one over here fanning. You shouting and she. What you doing over here?
She doing her doctor stuff.
Oh, that's that doctor stuff?
That
Well, maybe we need to start off with a doctor question tonight.
Massaging.
Oh, you massaging what? The invisible body? Oh, my God, you all. Thank you all for helping me out with the Talk of Life talk show with Kimberly and Linda. I don't know what they doing up here, but they're scaring me. But anyway, they're trying to finish what they started, I guess. We welcome you once again to this sister chat tonight. I don't know what they doing. This one shouting over here, this one over here doing a massage, and I'm the only reasonable, sensible one, I guess, on the show. But anyway, we're in for a treat tonight because we have the talk of life around the town.
Yes.
Okay, if I could get these two from shouting and over here doing there she go. Wow, what is this one doing over here? Oh, she over just, I don't know. But anyway, we're in for a treat tonight. Remember, if you have a topic and you would love for us to talk about your topic. Sometimes Christians feel like they can't talk about certain things,
right?
But we don't mind talking about them. And we're not saying that we have the right answer.
That's right.
We may disagree, but we still agree that we on the Talk of Life talk show. And we are having fun.
Yes,
we are.
Okay, so tune in every Monday and Thursday, and if you would love to be a part of the talk show, hey, hook us up. Hey, Elma, what is it called? Oh, www.elmatalkshow.com. Okay, so tonight
at 8 p.m.
At 8 p.m.
See,
8 p.m. That's right.
Again.
That's right.
It's
8 p.m.
Right? Monday to Thursday.
I don't know if it's 8 or not.
Monday, Thursday.
Y'all supposed to know.
It's 8.
See, I told you.
I knew it's 8 because I got on there at 7 and nothing showed.
Did I tell you? I thought she probably was sitting there like, what the hell? What's going on here?
What I was thinking.
And I know it's 8 o'clock, and he looked at the clock and it said 7:05.
I called
Like,
you,
where's Elma?
and you said Linda don't start until 8. Remember?
Woo, Lord, that's me why I have to have my tea up here. So tonight, before they start losing it, we're going to discuss. And this is something I want you all to talk about.
Okay.
And it was a question that was brought up because we heard this over the TV. You know, you hear a lot of stuff over TV.
Ooh,
Right.
yes.
That to me is like, really? But do you want to be a wife or a mistress? Do you want Facebook or YouTube? Some people say they don't want to be a wife. Some people say they want to be a mistress.
They want to
And a mistress is just a woman kept, I think.
She misses all the stress.
She what?
She misses the stress.
No.
Mistress.
I like that, mistress.
She misses
Yeah.
The benefits.
She missing the benefit, but the Kim says she missing the stress. I
Yeah,
like
she
that,
missing all his
mistress.
food. She got-
That is if he's working. He's not missing no benefits.
But these are kept women, and some women say they're just real to be mistress. I like that, Kimberly.
She misses all the stress.
That be a wife, because I guess they think that a wife has a lot of duty, chores or whatever. Maybe they don't want to have children.
She's
They
not
just want to
treated
be
right.
a kept woman. They're there. They get the house. They get the cars. They get all the luxury, but they don't get his name.
The
But
mistress don't have
until
to.
when?
The mistress don't have to put up with all the foolishness, the
They
foolery.
get the house, they get the cars,
Yeah.
they get taken care of, going out to eat, going on vacation with the person.
Right.
If he has a business trip or something.
He got some money.
Okay, but when does it end? I mean,
I don't know when it ends.
It might end the next day.
Well, at least she'll be a mistress for one day. And hopefully
Yeah.
she get a lot of money during that time so she can take care
She
of
better
herself
put it in the bank.
or something. She needs to do something.
Usually a
But
mistress. she's
Lady,
good when
don't
she-
go shopping or anything. Let him do that part. When he give you some money, you go and open you a savings account with just your name on it and hide the account number and all of that, and don't let no one know, no one but yourself.
Cheers.
that's coming from Dr. Linda.
No.
She gives good advice to you women.
You
Okay?
know,
Y'all know Dr. Ruth was good on all this
She
stuff.
sure
So now
was,
we
Dr.
got a
Ruth.
Dr. Lynn over
Yeah,
here.
Dr. Ruth was the bomb.
Dr.
And so-
Ruth sure was.
But
Dr. Ruth, boy,
why do
she
you think
ruthless.
that? Now, see that they done went and start thinking about all this stuff that Dr. Ruth be talking about.
Is she still alive?
no,
I don't know.
Oh, when
I
I was
think
young,
Linda
she
took
looked
her
mad
place.
at
Oh, no. Dr. Ruth. I
But
don't think she's still alive.
I don't think she is.
When
But
I
so
was
that
young,
means
she
you
looked
need to
old.
answer Dr. Ruth questions when they call
Dr.
in.
Ruth was.
So
You know,
Linda,
they
you
got
can do
mad
that.
with Dr. Ruth.
Why they get
because
mad
of
with
that.
Dr. Ruth?
Because when the time when she was answering those questions was questions that should be answered like in 2000 instead of when she was doing it like in the 80s and 90s.
she
They
was
got
a
really
boss
upset
chick.
Because she
Little
was just
Dr.
open
Ruth.
and she was straightforward
Yes,
too.
she was.
And she didn't sugarcoat nothing.
And you know, Dr. Joyce Brothers was similar to that, but Dr.
Yes.
Ruth was on top of her.
Dr.
Oh, yeah.
Ruth, yeah,
Dr. Ruth was
Dr.
on
Ruth
it,
come
so,
for
yeah.
you.
But anyway, we got Dr. Lynn over here that's
Keep the
going to ask. So
conversation.
if y'all have any sex questions
No,
or
you don't call.
body questions that deal with yoni and all of this stuff,
Dial 1-800. Ask somebody else that know.
Somebody that knows.
but put at the bottom of the screen, do you know somebody just want to be a mistress, a kept woman and everything? So some countries have this. And a lot of women want to be just a mistress so that they don't have to have the title. Some of them don't want to get married. They just want to be a kept woman. Okay. And some people think it's like prostitution. No, these are just women that the man just finance them. I guess I don't know if that's part of prostitution or not. But we can ask Kimberly. I don't know.
Now, see, the last time you said
What did I say, Kim?
I was a co-host, there you
I said
say-
co-host.
Now you asked me about prostitution. Why not
Well, you asking McKay and Kimberly, so I'm just asking. You know, because
What do you think, Kimberly?
if she's a hoe?
I didn't say nothing about she was.
Oh,
I said a mistress.
Is the mistress? Is the mistress? You know, in some countries it's called geisha. The geisha woman, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
she entertains the husband.
Uh-huh.
She entertains the man. It was a movie
Right.
like that.
Oh,
And-
really?
Mhm,
Yeah.
It's called Geisha. Geisha something.
Oh, really?
That movie
Yeah.
was something else. And you entertain the men because the women didn't want to be bothered
Mhm.
because they had raised the children,
Right.
you know, the chores and everything else. So he would go to these places and the geisha girl would come out with these big block heels on and do all this stuff and walk. And then I guess he picked that one.
And all white face.
They had
Wow.
their makeup and their hair
Their
done.
hair was beautiful. with
Wasn't it
Oh, really?
those-
beautiful?
I would like to have those pins that they stick in their hair.
Yes,
Wow.
they were
Nice.
stunning, and they would entertain the men, and the men,
Right.
would, and then they would go home. Called geishas.
Wow.
I enjoyed that movie. It was deep.
But then on that movie, then one of them end up marrying one of the guys.
Did they get married? I don't know if
thought
she
they-
just fell in love
oh,
with
she-
him and she
they
realized she
left.
couldn't have him.
She couldn't do it anymore.
I have to go back and revisit
That sounds like a
movie.
movie I watched, you know, but I don't remember it right now. So,
Yeah.
but the question is, do you want to be a wife or a mistress? Okay. So there's a difference than being a side chick.
I want to be
Okay.
a wife again.
Oh, she want to be a wife again. I want to continue to be a wife
Yeah.
because I'm
Oh,
married.
Memoirs of a Geisha is what it was.
Yeah.
Memoirs of a Geisha.
Okay.
That was, you gotta watch that. That was
So that's the movie name. It's Memoirs to what?
of a
Geisha?
Geisha. Memoirs
Okay.
of a Geisha.
So you all can watch that, but there is a difference between a side chick and a woman on the side and a mistress.
It is.
So the side chick is a side chick, and the mistress is the woman that's being kept. And they keep them. They say they keep them real nice too, but they can't. They really don't have. Their life is centered around that person, that man. So that man owns them in a sense.
Right.
So they move when they tell them to move. I don't know if I would want that kind of life. You
So
know.
that's the mistress.
That's the mistress. Okay. So y'all tell me some input on that. Put some input on there. The next question is, if you found out, now you're married and you have your daughter, okay? If you found out that your husband was messing around with your daughter and she became pregnant, how would you feel? Okay? How would you feel? It's silent. Is that mic on back there for the person? No. Okay. Yeah, it's on. It's working. How would you feel
if I find out that my husband had to have sex with my daughter, I would kill him.
You said stepdaughter, right? Yeah.
No, it would be his stepdaughter, but it's her daughter.
You know,
I would kill him. I would kill him even if it was my stepdaughter. I would still kill him, cause that's wrong.
That's wrong. Okay, so that's what you would kill him. Lord, we're going to visit her in the penitentiary. But I saw this episode, and it really hurt the woman because she found out that her daughter was pregnant. She was a senior in high school, and she found out that her daughter was pregnant.
Mm.
And so she and her husband was asking the daughter about it, but the mom wanted to know, why would you do this to me?
Right.
You know, we've been through this. We got college and all of this. Why and who is the daddy of your child?
Mm-hmm.
And the daughter was just crying because she didn't know how to tell her mom, it's your husband.
Mm.
So she kept looking at the man, and the mom said, hold up, why are you looking at him? And she said, she just went like that. She said, then the mom clicked and she said, wait a minute. And she looked at the husband and said, I know you did not mess with my daughter. And he said, oh, she came on to me and it just happened. And the daughter tripped and she said, well, how long has this been going on? And she said 2 months. And she said, what the hell? She grabbed the knife and she was running him all around the thing. And I thought about that. How would you react? Facebook. You may have experienced this. You may have had somebody that experienced it. How did you handle that? How, when they came out or said that? You know, because that would be a shocking thing that, you know, you finding out that your daughter has had sex with the man that you married. That's a devastating thing.
I would be totally upset. I'd be upset, angry, because I told you today I don't like people.
She said she don't like people. She said she don't like people.
This is more than that, Linda. You say you don't like people. What kind of people?
She sure don't like this man at this point.
No, at this point I don't care for him, because to me, if that's my daughter and my husband and that's her stepfather,
right?
He's supposed to be treating her like that's his daughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you let me know is something that I have not accomplished in our marriage, where you're gonna go to my daughter, my teenage daughter,
yeah,
and mess with her, and then in the same breath looking stupid when she find out that I'm pregnant. You know, my daughter is pregnant. And you stand up to look like you a idiot, and you know why she's pregnant, who baby it is. You know, I'd be angry, I'd be upset. He would have to go. I'm sorry, he would have to go. And
you wouldn't kid him like our previous person said?
No, I pack his clothes and change the lock. I mean, you know, because to me that's a hurtful thing, and that's no trust.
Right.
It's gone. I mean, it's gone. Now, my daughter, I would be angry with her, but also she's still my daughter.
Right.
So I will.
Do you think he manipulated her? You know, because I heard another story on TV about this guy, and it was all over the TV. This guy was messing with this little. She had been there, but she said that she was scared to say anything because it was him. You know, it was the man that was messing with her, and I think they adopted her. They had a horse farm or something, and she was learning how to ride. He was her teacher, and this was on the news as well. And she said that I think she started 14, 15, but she had been, he was her horse trainer.
You know what? It doesn't matter what age they are. You need to stay in your place. Hell, if you feel like there's some attraction, then you need to talk to your wife and explain
or something,
or do something, or go to counseling. You know, you can go to counseling if you want. You know, you want to. But most men say, "Well, they entice." Okay, first of all, you're dealing with a teenager. Okay, and this is a grown person.
That's right, and you're a grown man,
right?
And this child is sitting here and they scared to say something. Right. So like the girl said on the TV that she was afraid to say something. So she had messed with him 2 years. And he was her trainer. And she had messed with him for 2 years.
Mm.
So he was like, I guess 15, 16.
Mhm.
But when she turned 18, she just couldn't hold it no more. And then he was like, oh no, it's okay. You can't tell nobody and all this. And she's looking at his wife and it was killing her, she said. Then she said some people said that she was leading him on. So she didn't, she got so much negative feedback
Right.
when she did say it, because
Right.
a lot of times that's the reason why girls don't come up when they say they've been raped. They hate to say it because of the fact that they'll be the one that's intimidated, or talked about.
Right.
But this here, the woman put it together that this man, because the girl kept looking at the man.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife figured out, she said, why you keep looking at him?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, and then he said, I don't know why I did it. It just happened. It just happened. She said, well, how long has it been going on? For 2 months. And he didn't think about the girl could get pregnant, I guess. And so she said, well, why did you do this? You know she was a teenager. Why did you do this to my daughter like that? And she was scared to say something.
Uh-huh.
That's beyond me.
That's a heavy load to carry.
Yeah, that's a lot right there.
Yeah.
So being a Christian, how will we deal with a situation like that? Because we've been taught to forgive. We've been taught
Is
to.
there a scripture that says, I didn't bring you into this world, but I take you out? Is there a scripture in the Bible? I just want to know.
Now that scripture said you were born naked and you can't take nothing with you. So, but that is something to think about because we do have this situation that could come up.
Yeah.
And you got some, I've heard true stories about they went to their mom and their mom blamed them for it instead of actually saying that the dad was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
We've heard testimonies about the dad. Now, these are dad messing with their own daughters.
Mm.
So you can imagine with you messing with your stepdaughter, and then they said you was the cause of it. That's really detrimental to a daughter.
What do you think, Kimberly?
I have no thoughts. I mean, I don't have
Kim
any
is
thoughts.
thinking. Kim is
I don't
really
have
in
no
deep
thought.
thought
No,
over there.
I just couldn't even. I don't have any daughters. Thank you, Jesus.
You can't even think.
I mean, I wouldn't know because each person's going to handle it differently.
Different ways, right?
Each person's going to handle it, as they say, word case by case.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's depending on if the mother knows her daughter. What was
That's
the daughter
true.
up to?
Did her daughter do it deliberately to get back at the mom?
Well, not so much to
been-
get back at the
that
mom. Not
can
even just to get
happen.
back at the mom. Just a young teenage daughter that's frisky.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was the scenario?
Yeah.
She could have been upset because her mom got married again.
And do have daughters that will do that though?
Yeah.
I've seen Lifetime movies.
Oh, Lord. That she go to lifetime. But that does.
But that does actually happen
Mhm.
sometimes. And sometimes the daughter could feel rejected.
Right.
And it could also think that the mom and the dad is having,
Mhm.
too much time or something. So
Right.
she might not like him. Like you said, she might not like him.
Right.
And then she goes after him to try to do. You got, like you said,
There's so
Kim, you
many
never know
scenarios.
what the situation
Mhm.
is, why or did he actually. But in this scenario, the daughter was sort of scared. She was sort of
Hell,
scared.
I've been scared too.
Yeah, because of the, But what would you have to say, caller?
I seen a movie. It was like his mom. She had married this guy, and the guy didn't want to. He wanted to have sex with somebody young, and so she told her daughter, her husband was gonna leave her, and she didn't have sex with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so she influenced her daughter to have sex with her stepdad for he wouldn't leave her.
Yeah,
Wow.
And then she got pregnant by him. Then her mom got mad
that's
and,
right.
and went to jump on the girl and tell the girl it was her fault. She said, "No, it wasn't my fault. You would told me to have sex with him because he was gonna leave you."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that does happen. That does occur.
So and you
That's good.
you don't think about that, but it can easily happen to these kids nowadays. You never know if they're doing it to get back at the mom or they're being coerced into it. You know, this is a serious question to even think about. And how would you handle this as a Christian or just a person, period? How would you handle it? You know, because that's something, I don't have daughters, but if you did have a daughter, mother used to tell us all the time, she raised 6 girls and 2 boys, and she didn't let men come around us. She just would let them come around. If she had a boyfriend, we didn't know. All we knew was the watermelon man would bring us some watermelon. And we didn't know if that was the boyfriend or not, because she just would not allow men to come around her daughters because she just didn't trust them around her daughters. So, you know, you have to be careful.
Yes.
When you're in a relationship and you do have daughters, you might need to check them out, do an investigation on them or something, and know your daughter and tell your daughter if anything happened, come to me and talk to me about this. Because you got these daughters, they'll kill that person. And you'll be wondering what happened, you know. So we need to talk to our girls and tell them if anything happened, if a man touch you in a way that you know that they shouldn't touch you, and talk to them and let them know. Because you don't want your daughter to be manipulative of a man and he's telling them anything,
Right.
okay? So I know Carlos has a daughter, so we're going to ask Carlos, what would you tell your daughter if this was to happen? How would you coach your daughter, Carlos? Because I don't want you going to the penitentiary, Carlos.
Yeah, if I do, don't bail me out. Just let me sit there for a while.
Let you stay in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I just try to be open with my daughter. I try to make it, comfortable for her to come tell me, whatever she needs to tell me. Because, a part of it starts with, the parents not allowing the kids to express themselves.
Right.
When the child is upset or, they're depressed or anything like that, some parents, berate the kids to, the kids feel like they can't talk.
Right, right. That's good, Carlos.
They just don't feel comfortable at home or talking to their parents.
You're right.
And I didn't want that for my daughter. The things that I deal with, or I don't want that for her. Our job and our goal is to, provide things that for our children that we didn't have. And being, that emotional support for her, that's what I want to give her. You know what I'm saying? Because if she's not able to do it here at the house, when she gets older and goes out to the world, she won't be able to do it in the world either, or she'll, go completely opposite and start doing things that she shouldn't do, in the world because she couldn't do it at home. And I didn't want that for her. So that's how, I try to, encourage her, to use her words. That's what I tell her. Use your words.
Okay.
If you got something to say it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell her all the time. If we need to talk, all right, I say, let's go for a walk. We finna go walk.
Uh-huh.
Now tell me what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? And use your words. I don't want to hear, I don't know. Say what you need.
So you want her to express herself if something come up, or if she doesn't feel comfortable being around a man, or she needs to come and tell you so you can talk back to her.
Yeah. So we can attack this thing on all sides.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we can attack it from her point of view, and we can attack it from my point of view, because we might see it 2 different ways.
That's right.
So these things you need to talk out. You need to talk these things out.
That's true.
But even with daughters, I know we talk about women a lot, but I mean the men go through the same thing. Women.
That's true.
Women, mess with young boys too, And
That's a good point. You're right.
But in society, we don't, we really don't push it that way because we really, grow up not really caring about men's feelings like that. Or it's all about the women.
That's good.
It's all about women's feelings. If the wife ain't happy, then the house ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? That's how we grow up. But men have feelings too, and men go through these things too. But a part of it is that older men encourage that, encourage younger men. Oh man, getting women or having older women on liking you and stuff like that. Like growing up, men used to encourage that. But you have to but that's not right. That's what I'm saying. That's wrong. Because we don't want it for our daughters, so why do we want it for our men?
There you go.
And so men go through the same thing, and men feel like they can't express themselves either. Because
that's true.
A lot of times, what do we say to our men? You're a man. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just put your head down, work, and provide for the woman. That's all you're supposed to do. That's all you're supposed to do. And we just ignore them, and their feelings.
That's true.
That's true.
Say some, some.
But-
Women don't ignore. I mean, I came in on the end of that, but I say some women and men, they have a good relationship, and then there's some that, like he said,
But when you said that you can change this up too, because it could be a wife that's messing with the stepson, and everything. I've seen that also on this little segment that I watch.
That's how the mistress come in. That's probably how the mistress come in.
Yeah, and stuff, don't have no kid. But you have the son, and on one of those things it said where the dad found out that he caught the woman trying to mess with his son. And he went off, and he put her out. So it's vice versa.
It was his wife?
It was his girlfriend on this one. But she found out that she was trying to mess with the teenage son. While he went to the store and he walked in on her trying to kiss him. And the boy was pushing her back. And that mentally messed him up. Because this is my dad's girlfriend. And here you are trying to mess with me. So it goes both ways, But at least it was good that the dad had a good relationship with the son, that he believed the son. And plus he saw it. And the first thing she did was, he came on to me.
I wonder why they want to lie.
Yeah. Or they say the girl, like the little girls, she came on to me. And the mom said, no, I know my daughter better than that. So it also depends on the relationship, like you were saying, Carlos,
Yeah, it does depend on the relationship. But sometimes they said things happen. In some instances, things do happen, but things like that shouldn't happen.
Right.
Because you are a grown person, and
here you are.
Like you said, it messed the son. The son had issues. You don't know what after all that happened, how he turned out. Although it's a story, you still don't know what went on with the young lady or the young teenage boy. Because you have to realize that, boy, this society is so messed up, and they have so many commercials on television about, different sex and all that. And I always look at this, I forgot the name of the thing, it's a community where they help kids, and they always say, you ran away from home, you was abused by someone at your house or something like that. And that shouldn't be a commercial dealing with young kids.
Yeah.
That should not be a commercial about that. There should not be a commercial about what are they where they kidnap the teenage girls and put them out there for
trafficking.
Trafficking.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be a commercial about that. this here is supposed to be. I know this is talk show and all that, but sometimes we just got to stop and think and pray. Those are good questions, you know. And
that
those are
is.
something
Think
to think
about.
about.
What would you do in that
What
situation?
would you do? What would you do in that situation? I already know what I would do.
What would you do, mother?
I already know what I do. I don't have. What did you say? Laura did this sermon. Time for dumb stuff. Stop the dumb stuff. We just got to stop the dumb stuff, people. I mean, it just
because we have teenagers that I used to work with a lot of them.
They need help.
And what happened is they would run away because of the fact of what's going on in their household.
Right.
Some was being abused by their own dad, and they would run away. And then they go into foster care, like we had the talk show on the other day where Juliana was talking about. But you have all that where you go into the foster care, and then they messing with them. So these teenagers are just going through a lot of stuff that we need to talk to them about and listen to them first before we go judging them. And some of them are crafty. Some of them will do it just to get back. You see it on, I say Lifetime a lot of time, but Lifetime movies are dealing with real stories a lot of time. And they do these things because they show things that can actually happen.
Right.
And so they call them Lifetime movies because these are things that happen with life. Like I call the Talk of Life talk show, things that actually happen in the life, but how do you deal with these things, And we deal with a lot of stuff because we go to the Word of God.
Right.
And God will give us certain people to go to and talk to them about. So you have to be able to understand on both sides. Like Kim always said, I got to have a little bit more information on it, But you have to realize that these things happen. How do you handle it? And I think this is why a lot of people make up little plays so you can actually see yourself and say, what would I do if a child came to me and said, I've been molested by my stepdad? Do we believe them or do we not believe them? Do we give them an opportunity to even think about it and talk to them about it? Do we accuse the stepdad without even knowing? Because some stepdads are being accused wrongly and they haven't done that. So you have to really know the basic. So when people come to you and say certain things, you just don't jump up and take sides. You got to listen and pray while you're listening. Okay, Carlos.
I just want to jump in on what you were saying. A lot of people, they don't believe because the person didn't come out and tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can only, speak from my experience. When it happened to me, nobody believed me. My mama didn't believe me, because I didn't say anything,
Okay.
And a lot of people they go through that, like, just because it's a lot of things that go through your head, So I think a lot of feelings and emotions and things that you deal with when you go through something like that, and a part of it is, what do you say? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do I come out and tell you that this happened to me? And it could be a part of, how you get treated at home. Like, well, I can't come to you with anything else, without getting cussed out or anything like that. So why would I come to you, for this situation?
Right.
And, and put a pile on the feelings with that, it's a very difficult situation for a child, especially if you're young and you go through that, you're going through all the feelings in your head. Like I said, I can only speak from my experience. Like, even with me, like you go through guilt, like, why this happened to me? Was this my fault?
There you go. You're right.
And then if it's a man, am I gay or, things like that. Run through your head. And You know, and then when you finally build the courage up to speak to your parent and they don't believe you,
That hurts.
It hurts a lot.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? They blame you for it happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you take that and you carry that through life. And that's how you're gonna handle any situation.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a small situation or a big situation.
Right.
And judging on how people handle those situations will tell you how things happen in their life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh man, you handled that situation all completely wrong, but you know, like you said, we quickly judge that person. Like, why would you do something like that? But you have to understand their thinking is I handled it, you know, I had to handle it this way because when I tried to handle it another way, it didn't work out for me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only way I can get it through people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
So you just hold it in because you can't talk to your parents or something?
yeah, it's for some people it might be better that way to just hold it in. But if you hold it in, it eats you up. It kills you on the inside.
Inside, yeah.
Like for me, like I had all these, you know, feelings and am I gay or stuff like that.
Right.
And I would just hold that stuff in. And one day I just blew up
Yeah.
and I just expressed everything, you know, at
True.
one time. And everything and all those feelings just left. Like man, I don't feel those feelings anymore.
Because you exposed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, and that's how you have to handle certain things if you can't, you know, handle it.
Did you do this in front of your mom or?
Nah, this was to somebody else.
Oh, somebody else that you were able to.
Yeah.
You were
I don't like even expressing it to somebody else, you know,
yeah.
I didn't even forget. I forget sometimes it even happened to me.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, sometimes I just sit there and think, like, oh, snap, that did happen to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think about it anymore. It doesn't even bother me anymore. Like, I didn't feel the need to get that validation from my mom or anybody else. I just needed to get it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can move on from there. You know, of course, not being believed hurt, but at the same time, I don't know what my mom been through in her life.
Okay.
Us as children, we don't know y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all just parents to us. Y'all superheroes to us. So we don't know what y'all been through y'all life and how y'all handle situations.
Right.
So what if I say you went through the same thing and now your child going through the same thing and your child expressed it, how would you handle that? It's if you never dealt with it yourself.
Right.
If you never dealt with those feelings or that situation yourself, how are you going to handle it when it comes to me? You know what I'm saying? You might just throw it out the window because you don't want to go back and deal with that pain.
Right.
And then don't want you to have to go back through it too.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to tell about that.
Yeah.
You know,
Relive it.
relive it again. So that makes sense. You know, so, but anyway, at the bottom of the screen, or if you all have any comments on this, or maybe you experienced this with somebody that, whether it's a guy or your son or your daughter, that will hurt. So if you have that problem, we would love to pray with you over that. Or if you want to come on the show and talk about how you dealt with this and what happened with the outcome, because this is something that's serious and could happen and probably already have happened in today's society. If you found out that your husband got your daughter pregnant, which would be his stepdaughter, or it could be the son messing with the what would you call it? Stepmother?
Stepmother.
You know, so these are things that we would love to discuss with you if you've experienced this. But if you are a child and you're going through this, find somebody that you can talk to about. If you feel like you can't talk to your parents or something, find somebody. But if you can talk to your parents, talk to them. No one should have the right to be touching you in places, whether you're a son or a daughter. that they don't need to be touching you.
And
So-
you also you can think about the man messing with the woman's son, or
That's
the-
true. It could be
the
that way
stepmother
too.
messing with the female,
Right. It could be vice versa,
it could be
you know.
vice versa.
So just what we're saying on the show tonight, if you feel like that and you are a child, talk to somebody, find somebody that you can talk to, okay? Because you definitely need some help on that situation. But hopefully your parents will be there to support you and listen to you. If not, then I can't tell you to call Kim. Kim said no. And Dr. Lynn over here, I don't know about her because she might get the time mixed up. But on a serious note, find somebody that you can talk to of that
We've
situation.
had some great counselors on the show.
Yes, we do. Kimberly.
No, Brent. What's his name? Brent.
Yeah, we have Brent Wolfskill
Mhm,
on the show. We have some connections that we can help you with. We've had some awesome
Saniqua.
counselors on there.
Who? Saniqua.
Yeah. So we have some good
She does
people that we
best.
can talk to you about. Okay. So if nothing else, thank you for our sister chat tonight. I know we got a little deep off in there, but that was just a touchy
good.
subject
That was good.
that I think need to be addressed on the show.
Carlos
So
brought out some good
uh,
points.
what was that, Kimberly?
Carlos brought out some good points.
Yeah, he did. Carlos brought out some good points.
Really
And
did.
his was based on true experiences. So
Lifetime.
with him and everything. So, but anyway, check us out every
Monday and
Thursday at 8 p.m.
Facebook and YouTube. If you would love to be on the show, www.elmatalkshow.com. And this is just sister chat. This is on our serious note tonight.
And
but it's
finish what you
a
start.
start.
Finish with
Philippians 1 and 6.
So thank you until we see you again. Tune in every Monday for our live talk show. Unless it's a holiday,
Right.
we will see you again. May God bless you and keep you
See you face to face.
face to face.